Yes, I'm serious. I think Witchcart is going to be in Outcome Memories. Outcome Memories is a game I've been playing for a while, and while most of the cast has been revealed, there are still 3 more characters that we don't know about. So I'm going to make predictions on who could possibly get in. How this works is I go over the character first, and then talk about how they fit in, their abilities, their lore, blah blah blah. Kinda like how it's presented on the wiki. Except I don't really have to go over appearances since, well, I can just show you what she looks like right now. Boom! Witchcart. So, let's start with who Witchcart is, because I highly doubt you know who she is. Because, oh, a lot of people don't know who she is.
Witchcart be the unsung hero of the Star story? Who the fuck is Witchcart?
If that's a reference, I'm not sure.
I don't know this reference.
I've never heard the name.
Witchcart is the main antagonist in Tales of Sky Patrol, where she and her minions, called the Witchcarters, take control of an island, leading to Tails going solo to take her down. And, that's really the only game she showed up in, which is kinda upsetting, and Sega really needs to know how to utilize their characters more. But, that's something for another day. She's also made appearances in the comics, coming back in IDW's Tales 30th Anniversary special, and she appeared in the reboot Archie timeline, where she was called Wendy Witchcart and had a brother named Nagus. She's a typical wicked witch who rhymes and for some reason likes railways. The welcome to the TTD fandom, Witchcart, I guess. She's able to turn things into crystal and uses mind control to tame minions. This is only shown in Archie, but IDW really hasn't confirmed or denied this theory, so I'm just sticking with the idea that these guys are still mind control. Due to her limited appearances, we don't really know what her true goals are, but we can assume she wants to take control of the world, just like Eggman. With all that out of the way, now we get to the fun part. What is her gameplay? Witchcart's passive is, well, her cart itself. Now, I know in the games and in IDW, it's only attached at the rails. However, in Archie, it is able to drive on the road as well. And I know we're sticking with her canon design, but if Sonic from Sonic CD can have the drop blast, I feel like we can have a few creative liberties here. So, in her workout, she's about as fast as Sonic. Instead of jumping, pressing the spacebar gives her a little boost of speed, with a cooldown similar to Eggman's jetpack. When damaged, it is not Witchcart being damaged, but the cart itself. If the Executioner is able to completely deplete the health bar, the cart will explode and Witchcart will be on foot for the rest of the game. It should be noted that destroying the cart does not make her lose a life, technically meaning she has 3 lives. To accommodate for this, on foot, her speed is reduced, she can no longer boost and is able to jump now, and her max HP is now 85. I feel like this should balance out and not make her too overpowered or underpowered for the Executioners. Now, for her actual abilities. Pressing E she'll fire a blast of energy from her wand, which will stun the Executioner for a few seconds, so to come into contact with them. You have to use your mouse to aim and it will fly in that direction for a few seconds before disappearing if it doesn't come in contact with anything. For her second ability, pressing Q, you can use your mouse and draw a line of crystals that will block survivors and Executioners. You have to be quick because it only lasts 3 seconds. The crystals themselves, however, stay in place for 7 seconds. If anyone is in the line of fire when you're firing these crystals, or if they get hit, they will be frozen and stuck in the crystals. The Executioner will not be able to hurt survivors if they're encased in crystals, and the survivors cannot stun the Executioner if the Executioner is in a crystal. To make things a little bit more fair. You have the choice to help the other survivors, however, you can just as easily sabotage them just for your own survival. If you're in a chase, use the crystals to make a horizontal line to block off their path. However, you can go somewhere high and try to freeze the executioner so that you see them below. Her energy beam is a ranged attack as well, so if you see a survivor being grabbed, use it. Not only will it save the survivor, but you lose the risk of being too close to the executioner. Time for the very last thing, the lore. Yes, I did make lore, and I will have lore for all my other predictions. Because, well, the lore in this game is kind of fun, I will admit. I'm enjoying it. I don't think she would have any special interactions or be tied to any of the executioners like other characters, because, like I said before, no one knows Witchcart, so she's not in any of these stories, so I don't think she would have any, like, personal interactions with any of the executioners, unless, I don't know, she's gonna have some, like, unforeseen lore with, like, imperfect or something like that. So, probably remain the same, personality-wise, and like Sonic and Eggman, she probably wouldn't be afraid of most of the executioners. However, I could definitely see her being terrified of, like, a few. How she got into Outcome Memories itself? Well, we don't really have that much to go off of. At the end of the Tails 30th anniversary comic, Tails is able to get Witchcart to encase herself in her own crystal. Sonic and Tails kinda just leave her there. So, let's just say while she was trapped, one of those portal thingies opened up around her and sucked her in. Yeah, I think that works. I'm working with the bare minimum here, but I think that makes enough sense. And, that's about it, really, for Witchcart. I don't really have anything else to say. I guess I could talk about emotes and cosmetics, but I don't really know what they could give her, as it's usually references to other EXE stories. As I mentioned before, it doesn't really appear in any memes. The only thing I could think of was this face I found, but that's, really it. And they also do Dodzoom and Undertale characters. I mean, I don't know, dress her up as Roots Calls or something. Wait, that's actually not a bad idea. They could even make an accessory where they can buy the laser pointer and replace it with the wand. No, replace her wand with the laser pointer. You know what I mean. And don't even get me started on what her Last Man Standing theme would even conceptually sound like. This is what her theme in the game sounds like. Yeah, unless they can somehow make it that cool, I'm not sure what her theme could be in Outcome Memories. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I've said all I needed about Witchcart. The only thing left to do now is to hope the creators are watching this video and put her in. Actually, no. We need to start a petition to get Witchcart in this goddamn game. I will make Witchcart relevant in 2025 if it is the last thing I do. I don't know. We have Rally for Sally. So, how about Wayward Witchcart? Yes. Stop typing Wayward Witchcart everywhere you go. On Twitter, on Discord, on YouTube, everywhere. I want Wayward Witchcart everywhere. Well, not actually everywhere, because that would be annoying, but, Wayward Witchcart. Wayward Witchcart. Wayward Witchcart. Please. I need Witchcart in this game. I need Witchcart in this game. Okay. You gotta listen to me right now. I need Witchcart in this game. If you do not put Witchcart in this game, I will be very unhappy with you. Okay? I will personally come to your house and break it down why Witchcart needs to be in here 1-to-1. Okay? It's not a meme. It's not a joke. I want Witchcart in this game. Now. Okay? Thank you! Also, can we just, talk about how Sonic and Tails just leave Witchcart for dead? After they encase her in crystal, they just kinda leave. There's no post-credit scene or anything. They just leave. Is he still in there? Is that why we haven't seen her since everything? She's still stuck on Flicky Island. Oh my gosh. We gotta find her. Don't worry, Witchcart. I'll find you. Let me just load up Sonic 3D Blast. Oh. Sonic 3D Blast. Actually, I think I'll pass.